on, bud. There's a whole other world of dragons out there. Unbelievable. What do you say? What should we name it? Itchy Armpit it is.
Hey guys, Lucas here again for an early review. Today we're talking about How to Train Your Dragon 2, the sequel to the 2010 DreamWorks animation film. It's been 4 years since the last film was released, and it's definitely one of my favorite DreamWorks films, probably in my top 2 or 3. And this one, I think it takes place about 5 years after the events of the first film, where Hiccup and his dragon Toothless and Hiccup, again voiced by Jay Baruchel, they're kind of like the town hero. He's like the dragon rider. He's basically evolved from coward to this master dragon rider. There's a lot of subplots involving his long-lost mother, and also this villain, this dragon hunter voiced by Digimon Hansu, who is raising this dragon army. Unfortunately, this film wasn't the breath of fresh air that the first How to Train Your Dragon film was, and it feels kind of just more like a retread with less interesting story and a little bit less interesting characters. However, the film does look gorgeous again. It's been 4 years since the last film, and that film I thought was beautifully animated too, but the technology advancements since then are just stupendous. And while I wouldn't say 3D is really super necessary to pay for, the 3D does definitely enhance the animation and a lot of the action scenes. And the voice acting here is again great. Since everyone in this movie besides Jay Baruchel pretty much has some kind of Scottish or British or some kind of accent, it was really hard to tell who was voicing which. I only knew Gerard Butler and Jay Baruchel and Craig Ferguson because they were in the last film, but a lot of the other people I couldn't tell. We have Cate Blanchett, who plays Hiccup's long-lost mother, and did not know that was her until after the film, and I didn't even know Digimon Hansu was the bad guy until after. So the voice acting is for the most part pretty strong, and it's really hard to tell who it is, which is nice because it allows you to get into the characters easier. The thing that I thought was strongest about the first film carries over here, which is the relationship and interplay between Hiccup and Toothless the dragon. They just have a great interplay between each other, and even though Toothless doesn't have any dialogue because he's a dragon, he feels like his own unique personality, and he doesn't feel like he's a clone of other dragons, and that helps the relationship feel as strong as it was in the first film when they were building that. Even though I didn't think the story in this one was all that interesting, I did think that the storyline between Hiccup and him finding his mother, which is not a spoiler, that was in the trailer, did provide some nice warmth, and especially the scenes between Gerard Butler's character and the two of them that were all really heartfelt and well done. The things that didn't make this movie work for me was, again, the story. While I thought the first film had a simple story, I thought it was very well told and more interesting seeing this relationship build along with the villagers that, hated the dragons, and seeing that kind of history. This one, now that the dragons are kind of integrated into their society, this whole new subplot about this dragon hunter building this army of dragons for not a really great reason or motivation just felt really kind of weak. Speaking of weak, I thought that the villain overall in this movie was just very forgettable. And again, they give him somewhat of a backstory, but again, there's something very standard, and that you don't really see where he's coming from. They kind of try to give him somewhat of a backstory, but it's very underdeveloped, and I felt that all he did in the movie was scream a lot, which just got grating. And I felt that this was a problem in the first one too. There's a lot of these side characters that are kind of there for comic relief, like Jonah Hill and T.J. Miller's character, and they have all these side characters that are just kind of Hiccup's friends and kind of the comedic relief. And I didn't think they were that funny or that interesting in the first film, but they were given more to do there than this. They really are just here to distract, and I didn't think that they were all that funny, and they're really just pop up randomly to show like, oh, we paid money for these voice actors, so we got to put them in something. So this does feel like a step down from the first film. However, the ending of this film does leave some interesting ideas for the third film, so I am looking forward to that. But overall, as a sequel, I just felt this one didn't match the heights of the first one, but I didn't hate it. If you have small children, I would definitely recommend you go seeing it in the theater, but if for an adult, I would say just wait for DVD. So I'm going to give How to Train Your Dragon 2 3 stars out of 5. So that's my review of How to Train Your Dragon 2. Let me know what you thought of the film if you've seen it. Did you think it was better or weaker than the first film, and are you looking forward to more installments in this franchise? So if you like this review, you can subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later.
Come on, bud! Hold on! Distract the Alpha.
Have a nice flight!
Uh-oh.